Hello, so this is Thomas Sheltra, and I'm doing a video reflection instead of a written reflection based off of my baseline video looking at bias in the media and looking at the InTask Standard 1 with learner development. So some of the things that I think went well, and I apologize, I'm going to be staring down at my desk. I wrote some notes. So the first thing that went well, I guess, just a few things, because I want to be as critical as possible on myself on some of the things that I think I fell short on in my my lesson. But number one, I think it was a really great class. I really like the I chose digital film. Not just because of the filming and the editing and students teaching me some 21st century skills with working on Adobe and being able to edit that video. And then of course, the fact that the program instructor, Madsy, he was really great at helping show me how to do some of the editing techniques. And so it was about 70-30 me. He kind of let me fail as many times as possible, so I really appreciate that. And I think for the second through the fifth video, I will be able to film, edit, and do all the little manipulations and things by myself. But so number one, great class. I thought the topic was really great as far as being able to with the Mentimeter and then getting students into a really great discussion. I think like at the very beginning, I like when students are able to eat in the class. Again, I teach in a very low socioeconomic status community, a lot of poverty. Over half of my kids are on IEP and 504 plans. So, so creating a learning environment for the students. You saw the ping pong table in the video. That is a reward system that I use now when we're able to get as much work done as possible and stay on task. I will carve out time during the week for students to play ping pong and use other kinds of fidget toys. But I thought that, showcasing the, how well students are in this class and, building relationships is very important to me. So the fact that students can come into class, feel comfortable, they get snacks, they ask to go to the bathroom, they take the bathroom flask. There's one student who went to go see the dean to speak about something. There was another student who went to go see the counselor because he was kind of having a bummed out day. Unfortunately, she wasn't there, so he came back kind of quick, but he was able to, really go through class. He was able to collaborate and communicate in his group really well, so he did a great job, and I really appreciate that, especially when you're not having a good day and feeling it. The fact that students are still able to, push through is something that I really value. And then we were able to pretty much get the entire lesson done, and that was something that I consider a big victory because that's not always the case. Now, what I need to work on, I feel, the pacing. We took too long, or I took too long, and that's my failing, not the student's fault. And so the video ended as they were working collaboratively because we were not able to get to the end discussion, and I was not able to do my exit ticket or my poker chip cash out. So that is something for the next video and the preceding videos I will really need to work on because, I figure it's very typical of a class to go off track a little bit, but sometimes we get into a really good discussion, and I don't want to minimize student contributions. And so the discussion we had went well over the allotted time that I was planning for. And so again, that is something I need to be cognizant of for the next videos that I make and the lesson plans that I make to make sure that we have enough time while we're pacing. Positive feedback. As I was rewatching the video, I noticed that there were a few student contributions where I just kind of said like, oh, okay, like, or great, and then just kind of moved on right away. So that again is something that I need to be a little bit more vigilant of, making sure that when students add meaningful contributions to the class, that I give that feedback that lets them know that I heard them, that their contribution was meaningful, and gives them a sense that you know, that their contribution was something that provided meaning for the rest of the students in the class. And so I need to make sure that I do more of that, and very specific, instead of just kind of saying, oh, okay, and then moving on. So it's a little, I guess, disrespectful on my part. The other part was just kind of distractions. This was the baseline video, the first video that we shot. And so there were a few times where students were kind of, well, I even did it, but I edited out, where I was looking at the camera a little too much, and some of the students were looking at the camera, but that's okay. It's to be expected. Being the first video, and even though they're digital film students, still them being the ones that are on camera and not the ones filming, it was a little new for them. So overall, I thought it was a good lesson. We were able to get, I guess, you know, about like 80% of what, I don't know, I don't want to quantify it, but I was able to get a significant amount done. We just missed the end of the scavenger hunt discussion, and then the exit ticket / cash out with the poker chips. Those are the things I really want to work on for the next videos. I mean, well, now it's at the end of my reflection, but for me, I really love teaching. This is a passion of mine, but I couldn't do the typical video where it's just me filming the class and teaching. I think not only for my experience of how I want to teach and showcase the way I like to teach by making it as entertaining as possible, is also in the editing process for the user experience. I want you as future teachers along with me, and also my mentor, and then all the people who are going to be evaluating me. It's who I am as a teacher, and so these videos will be as entertaining as possible, not to distract or deflect from where I'm weak, because I really value that feedback, but it is something that I need to do to make what I think the experience of teaching is to be fun. Like, we're here to educate students and make them, well, from my perspective, better human beings. And then as a civics teacher, making them responsible citizens as they go out into the world, but also making education fun. And for students who come from economically depressed backgrounds, many of them are on academic plans, and many of them come to the Technical Center because they don't want a traditional education. They want hands-on learning. So I tried to make my academic class with history and civics as entertaining as possible, as fun as possible, and anything I can do to make students engaged and want to participate in class, I will do. And so I hope not only my class reflects that, but also the video and the editing portion of that reflects that. So I thank you very much for watching my video, watching this reflection, and I look forward to any and all feedback on this video. So thank you very much.